Today I'm making a pad on the Digitone, or maybe I should say I'm remaking the pad you just heard on the Digitone. In my experience, the way to success with FM synthesis is kind of a combination between happy accidents and a basic understanding of why the accident is happening. So I'm going to rebuild what I already have here, so you can see what's going on and maybe learn a thing or two about what the Digitone does if you don't know already. For this pad, I'm going to use algorithm 7, which has two completely independent signal paths for the two possible outputs, X and Y, which is good for my purposes because I want one of them to be a fifth apart from the other. So I'm going to tune operators C and A both to a fifth. I'm going to tune C to 3, which is the third in the series of overtones, which is a fifth 1 octave above the root, and A I'm going to tune to 1.5, which is just the fifth. So now with the mix turned all the way to the left, or to X, if I play the keyboard, we can hear an octave. The two B operators, I'm going to set 2 octaves apart for this. I'm going to dial in 4 for operator B1 and leave operator B2 at 1. Now if I go with the mix all the way to the, with the mix all the way to the right now, we can hear the 2 octaves. If I set the mix to the middle, we should be able to hear the fifth. Good. Next, I'm going to increase the modulation amount a little bit. Here, the lower control only affects the signal path on the right here, the B operators, and the upper one only the A operators. I don't want nothing crazy here, it's just a little bit of modulation. Next, because it is a pad, I want the release to be a bit longer and the attack as well. Next, I'm going to add a bit of feedback to operator A. You can see here the little square behind the A shows you that operator A is the one feedbacking. Feedback isn't doing anything for the other operators. This adds a nice little sizzle up top. I like that. And then I'm going to change the waveform just slightly for operator C. Just a little bit. Next, I'm going to detune the operators using the detune. Next, I'm going to add some reverb and delay because it is a pad. Now, when I was playing with this, I noticed that it sounds really cool if I mess with the pitch. Because with the whole thing running into the reverb, it gives a nice chorusy kind of sound. So I thought I'm going to modulate just the pitch of the whole thing. So I'm going to choose pitch all and modulate it just a very little bit, because too much is not cool. So maybe a little bit slower. Very nice. This makes all the difference, I think. Listen to it with the no modulation. And with a tiny bit of pitch mod. And then what I did for some more detuning, I messed with the offset parameters on Synth 1 page 2, which is a really cool feature in the Digitone. I think that the ratio controls are divided into the chorus controls on page 1, which give you all these nice intervals, and then the offset on page 2, which allows you to dial in any ratio you want, but it's always easy to go back to a simple one. So I'm going to tune this up slightly, and this as well. In my experience, detuning them up a little bit usually works better than lower. Now, operator B1 is responsible for the lowest pitch we hear. So I probably don't want to mess with that too much. I'm just going to leave it because it's kind of the root of what we get here. Now I think the LFO is a bit too fast for the pitch mod. It could also be though that the beating that we hear is because of the offset. Yeah. So I dial it to something that makes that really slow. It sounds very nice to my ears. I'm gonna try and modulate that first offset, the one for C. Just a tiny bit. Ratio C offset. I'm going to go in a negative direction because I already have it set to plus 0.2, I think. And I'm going to make this really slow. So I'm already in a really good place. I think maybe I can play around with the level controls of the FM. A works better than B because it's modulating the higher pitches. So what I did when I first did this was assign that parameter, the level A control, to the mod wheel. So I'm going to do that as well now. Maybe a little more. Very nice. So while I'm here, I could maybe assign something else to the mod wheel. I'm going to try one of the offset levels, and I'm going to go with ratio A. then I'm gonna add, I think, the feedback parameter also to the mod wheel. It's too much. Or maybe I'm gonna do the feedback with the aftertouch. I'm gonna try and see what it sounds like if I mess with the mix as well with the aftertouch. I'll turn off the feedback for a second so I can hear the mix. So this goes all the way to B, maybe the other way. With the feedback. I'm going to dial both back a bit. Nice. Now I'm also going to make it just a little bit louder with the aftertouch. So for this, I'm going to have to choose amp volume, or sustain level is going to do the trick as well. Nice. And then, because I have nothing else going on the Digitone, I can afford to have this play with 2 voices per note. So I'm going to do that because I'm sure that's going to sound great. Just increase the spread a little bit. I'm not so sure about the mod wheel assignment of the A offset. Now I'm gonna, oh, that was wrong. I'm gonna turn that off. Just gives me a smoother sound this way. Now I haven't used the filter at all here. I prefer to build FM stuff without the filter first because it just keeps the patches more flexible if they're all nasty up high, and I need to apply the filter to make them at least sound somewhat pleasing to the ear. It takes a lot away of the flexibility. Now I still have the option to filter it. I think I'm going to leave it like this with just the very top cutoff or this kind of thing. Yeah, so that's it. I hope you found this interesting. I hope you liked the patch as well. I think it's a really cool sound, as a kind of a Blade Runner vibe to it. In any case, thanks a lot for watching.